Just wanted to start this video out by saying I am not sponsored or endorsing this company in any way. This is just a follow-up video to a part that I had that had failed that the company wanted to send me a replacement updated part for. What's going on today, guys? I wanted to do another video about these clear window oil filter covers. I made a previous video about one that I had that had failed, and there are many others in the Facebook groups and on some forum pages that have also said that theirs have failed. In retort to the video that I had made about mine failing and said it was going in the trash, which, I mean, I didn't throw it in the trash, but I did not use it. I took it back off and I put the stock cover back on. Well, the manufacturer of these, it's NICECNC or NICECNC High Performance Parts. They reached out to me and they said there was an update to their flawed design. So they sent me a new one. I was willing to give them another shot. It didn't take, it didn't take any more of my money. They simply dropped one in the mail, and this is the replacement right here. So I just wanted to cover my email conversation I had with them and tell you that if yours has failed, they will honor a warranty on these items. They did tell me that if you bought it on eBay, reach out to the eBay seller for replacement. If you bought it on Amazon, reach out to the Amazon seller or replacement policy. But if all that fails, I will include the email of the person I have been in conveyance with. So I will include that in the description of this video. I'm sure you could drop them an email as well. Tell them that yours had failed and how it had failed, and maybe they'll take care of you that way as well. That seemed to be the easiest route for me. I'm betting they don't want to go through that that way, but if the other two options fail you, you can get through to them in that manner. If you did not watch my other video, you would have seen where I took this one apart. There is the acrylic cover piece that goes in between these two had a small fracture. I'll show you on the new part. Had a small little fracture right here at the bottom corner, and mine was leaking down at the bottom of the part. There was a little error in the video, the last video that I did say that there was not any kind of sealing O-ring or gasket between these two parts, and that was an error. I honestly just found this today. It must have been stuck up in the groove here or on here, and I didn't notice it before. So there is a sealing O-ring sandwiched between these two parts. So you can see that goes on there. Then the acrylic would be on there, and then those pieces are still pressed together. I was not mistaken on that. There's no kind of adhesive or anything that holds these two pieces together, but there is an O-ring surface in there. So I was mistaken on that aspect of the video. But I don't believe that was a failure. This O-ring is intact. It's pliable. Actually, it feels like it's good quality. Mine had a fracture in the acrylic material. I don't know if it's polycarbonate or acrylic or some other plastic item, but it did have a crack in it where it looks like when they cut the disc out for these, they used maybe inferior tooling to cut it out and caused a fracture in this acrylic material that's right here, and that's possibly what caused the failure. So what did they change? They say this is an updated part. I did notice one slight change, actually two. One probably means nothing. It's more for looks than anything. I mean, this honestly could be for looks as well. But if you look at the surfaces here, this surface is a smooth ring, no notches. It's just smooth all the way around. Apologize for the traffic noise. I have my garage doors open. And this has these little notches in it. And I didn't get any details on the update but maybe those notches is so they could put a piece of tooling on and screw this down. Maybe this is threaded now. I'm not going to disassemble it to find out. That would not be fair for me trying this for the second time, because obviously if you disassemble it, you're going to cause it to leak. And the only other difference is visually is I gotta find it here. I guess the wording is a little bit different, and they pointed this out in the email where it says NICECNC. On this part it says NICECNC. So they left the C off of the old ones for some reason or another. They pointed that out in the email that has been updated. Obviously that means nothing for the function of the part. So the only visual differences I notice, okay, I'm just kind of seeing this for the first time. This surface, kind of hard to catch in the video, is thicker than this surface. Okay, let me grab a caliper here. I was not prepared for this, I apologize, but we are learning together. Alright, there we go. Zero out the caliper. So the thickness on the new one, let's switch it to millimeters here. Metric action is 6.17. The thickness on the old one is 4.05 millimeters. So yeah, there's quite a difference there. The part that goes down into the oil filter looks the same. The openings look the same. The holes do look the same. It looks like that surface may be a little thicker, so let's measure that. The old one is 10.28 millimeters. New one is 12.16. 19, 16, I've seen 16 there once. Should get the idea. Weight wise, I don't have scale out here, and this one doesn't have the acrylic in it, but this one does feel quite a bit beefier. So there's obviously an updated design. It's built a little heavier. I'm just trying to compare things. I think that's about it. So, and the only reason I can think of they would make this part thicker is maybe they put in a thicker acrylic material. Obviously I can't measure that, but it is okay. I mean, I'm not going to ramble on too much, but it is updated. They told me in an email it's an updated design. They just said in the email that it is a higher quality plastic acrylic material. They did not go into detail what it was, but then with a couple measurements there, we have discovered together that there are some differences. For the ones that want to see it, here's the comparison to the stock. Everything seems to match up, you know, little galleys in there and grooves. Looks like the thickness of this should match the stock. Let me get to 12.16 or 6.1. It's really hard to get to 12.8. It's hard to get a caliper in on that. So, alright, I am going to give it a shot. We're going to try out the new part. This is the O-ring off of the stock one. We're going to have some guys come along in the comments saying you should use a new O-ring every time. I'm not going to say that's a bad idea, but if the O-ring's in good condition, no rips, tears, no stretching, no cracks, it should be just fine. So I'll do a quick pause here. I'll head on over the bike and we'll get this put on. Alright, as you guys can see, I do have the oil filter cover off. The filter is removed. I did that for earlier to show you the differences in the video. So here we have it all cleaned up, wiped down. Make sure you clean any surfaces, top and around. You don't want dirt and debris getting in your oil filter housing. You know, and here's our cover. Oil filter is removed, obviously. So I'm putting the filter back in. I've only got a few hundred miles on this filter that I had. But for the ones that don't know, make sure you put this little insert in your new filter. I know a lot of guys are throwing these away accidentally. You need that. That is your bypass valving in there. That'll slide. I don't want to take it out because it will make a mess, but that will slide right out of this filter. A new one will slide in, and you have a little bit thicker dowel on this side, skinnier dowel on this side. It doesn't matter which way you put it in the filter, but it does matter which way it goes in the bike. You want the little thinner, skinnier dowel in to go in the bike first, and that should slide all the way in and kind of pop right into a little socket in there. And that's what it should look like. Not quite flush with that interior lip, but it should be, you know, a millimeter or two from going in all the way. So on this, I have oil on my fingers. You know, I'm going to lube this O-ring up. Got a rag over here with some oil on it. I'm going to do this as well. And guys, this isn't hard. These things are tight machined parts. You should be able to just put light pressure, kind of work it back and forth. I'm just going to make a liar out of me. And it pops. You should not need to use your bolts to put those on. Enough lube. And just walk it back and forth. And she should just more or less pop into place. Should not require a lot of pressure. These are 8mm bolts, 8mm socket anyway. I don't know what mil size bolts they are, but they are 8mm sockets, a socket bolt or wrench. Snug one side down. Snug, snug, a little snug. I'll go back and forth just a couple times. Guys, I know you can get your torque wrench out. 1/4 inch socket, one-handed. There's no reason why you're over torquing those. That's it. That's the new one. For the guys that ask, why? Why one of these? It just looks cool. I mean, it's a novelty. It has no real functional purpose, performance purpose. It's just a cool, you know, thing for looks. So I'll give you a little start up here and show you what it does. Don't really see anything swirling in there. It just kind of fills itself up. Maybe you could use it as a gauge for on how dirty your oil is, but it's just a novelty. That's it, guys. So I'll leave it on my bike. I have a trip coming up here. I actually have my bike on a trailer right now. I'm taking off mid this week for a trip, and we'll see if it leaks or not. I will keep you updated. I will add any comments in the description of this video if there's another failure, or I'll just make another video if there is another failure. So here's crossing fingers. I will be taking my OEM cover with me here on out. You know, it doesn't take up much room, so if this one fails, leaks, whatever, I will at least have a backup plan. So that's it, guys. I'll include that email in the description. I might even include a link to this product in the description. I'm not being endorsed or paid or anything like that. I am just giving you an update on my experience and what they've done to resolve this, hopefully. So be safe out there, guys. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to grow this channel as much as I can. All right, later, guys. Bye.